Hey, so last episode, guys, we leveled some of us, but we want to level more of us. With Aiden Willems, our beloved Jedi, still a little busy from his schedule. I'm going to work something in the story that will keep him busy, but don't worry, there are things for people to do off screen while the rest of you guys go on. But not that we really need someone as powerful as a Jedi for this party to prosper. We do have a second Force user, and we have some very overpowered tankish characters. There's always that chance, the party of 4 or 5, that the party may split up. So, doing a cameo this season, you may know him as one of our leads in our Outlaws of Elkinstar podcast. You definitely know him as a cameo in Season 4 of our Age of Ashes podcast, and that would be All Guns No Glory for Alkinstar. That would be the Elven Portal podcast, both Pathfinder 2nd Edition revised. Please welcome, as if Doug wasn't enough, a second Uber fan turned, auditioned, actually like turned, it's more dark-sided, turned, audition turned, and become a regular staple in the Rollmongers lineup. Please welcome Andrew MalBurg to the cast.
Hey, how's it going?
Drew, your character is going to be introduced in this session, but since we're in the middle of leveling everybody up and we're introducing you in this session, I thought we would actually start by, so that way when we go, oh, you know, that bounty hunter, okay, cool. The audience and everybody will know who you are, what you're about, because when you're introduced, time goes by and everyone gets to know everybody before the action will shift, but the characters are actually given time to get to know you, where the players will not. So let's talk about what, who, where, why. What have you got for us for this season 7? What are you playing?
Sure. So, my name is Pale. I think it's Bordro. He's a 6 scout, 2 soldier, 4 bounty hunter, and he is the species Mon Calamari. So, kind of like General Akbar.
He's not allowed to say that. He's allowed to say it's a surprise attack, it's an ambush. We're going to make this canon for MalBurg. Every time you sense danger, you have to, it's canon for your species to like make a deadpan statement like that, but Uncle Akbar's is taken, so you'll have to come up with, there's lots of words out there. Thesaurus, trap, ambush, and everyone's allowed to say bad feeling. But anyway, as you were, continue on. What else you got?
Do you want me to go through feats?
Well, let's start at the top. Your classes, and what do you got? What are you?
Oh, the 6 scout, the 2 soldier, the 4 bounty hunter.
Okay. So this begs the question of why you're only 12. Because the party is 6 and doesn't necessarily need 13th guys that are doing cameos. The classic D&D rule, I believe even Mr. Gibson was 11th, 12th in the last game. Joe, help me out here.
I was 12th.
Okay, so you were on par. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he started off in book 4, a bit behind us. But has
We just brought him in last season. We just brought him in for season 6.
No, he was
He
was in Cloud City, wasn't he?
No?
Different character, but yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, different guy. All right, so to level the playing field, I'm going to regret this, I know this. To level the playing field, sir, we will bump you to 13th level, but tell us about the 12th level version of yourself.
Sure. So he's got a blaster rifle, kind of specializing in trying to aim and do a little bit of extra damage, potentially a little bit of condition track stuff. Let's see.
What's your total hit points?
Hit points is 124.
Okay. Now, have you modified your stats? Your statistics go up every 4 or 5 levels. You get 2 different stats that increase every couple levels.
I think so.
think
Doug
so.
will have to check me, but
yeah, we'll double check your math. Okay. we're just trying to take in the width of the breadth of you. If you're double stacked, maybe I'll just keep you at 12. We'll see. Your damage threshold?
Damage threshold is 25.
Okay. You ended up with 11 force points. What is your reflex, fortitude, will defenses compared to these guys?
Yeah, reflex is 28, fortitude 25, and will 25.
That's comparable. Low end in some of it, but definitely it's not like you're going to get shot any more likely than these guys. So as a bounty hunter, you've leaned into the scout for the tracking, a little bit of soldier to beef you up, 4 levels of bounty hunter. What do 4 levels of bounty hunter give a character? We've been all about elite troopers lately. Let's talk about your bounty hunting side specifically.
He's the best stalker in the West.
Yeah, I took a hunter's mark and hunter's target. So hunter's mark is an aim category, and that allows me to push them down the condition track if I hit them.
Okay.
And then the hunter's target is a little bit more specific, where it's a once per encounter free action. I can designate an opponent for the rest of the encounter, and if I succeed on an attack, I get a bonus on damage equal to my class level.
Right on. Anything else specific to the world of bounty hunting?
There is familiar foe.
I'm wondering about your classes. Like, you're very high level and only have 2 in reflex and 2 in fortitude. I think you're gypping yourself on when you switch over to bounty hunter initially, you get to sort of recheck or re-up your reflex, fortitude, and willpower class bonuses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I was trying to look into that because they do give you more bonuses, but somebody, I think in the comments of the wiki page, was saying something about like, well, you can't take more than the max or something. You take the highest.
So exactly. So they don't stack, but if you could find that your willpower for scout, soldier, or bounty hunter is more than 0, you get to have that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we'll do the Doug checking. I do know that the bounty hunter gets a +4 to his reflex. Thank you, Doug. Out of the gate, as opposed to 2 you have here. 2 to fortitude, and I don't think anybody gets well. So at least you're hard to. Oh, good, 30. Like I wasn't complaining enough about. Funny, this came from Doug in the chat. I want. Any other unusual skills? Do you get damage reduction as a bounty hunter? Do you have any extra second wins? Anything out that makes the bounty hunter stand out inside of those 4 levels?
Yeah, the familiar foe is basically a full round action. I can basically watch my target, and I would get a +2 my attack against him. Since I'm at familiar foe number +2, I would get +2 bonus to attack, and my reflexes get a +half level against that enemy, rounded down.
Okay. Now, with Dawn of Defiance, as most people know, we're not rolling for hit points. Dawn of Defiance sets out a static number. If you were rolling a D10, they give you 7 hit points a level. If you're like Matt, rolling a D6, they give you 4 hit points a level.
Plus your constitution bonus. Yay!
Plus your con, right. So what does a bounty hunter get? Are they rolling D8s, D10s?
Let's see, I was looking at it as a +10.
Are they D12s?
That's a good question. We'll look into that.
Yeah. So reconfiguring. I mean, Drew was kind enough at the last minute when we couldn't secure Aiden to come in left field, that kind of thing. He knows enough about all D20 games and basic stuff that he knows the stuff I wouldn't throw him in blindly. But some of the fine tuning that I won't even try to accidentally nudge him myself. I'll leave it to the rules lawyers or whatever.
So scouts are D8.
Yeah.
I'm looking for bounty hunter. I think bounty hunter actually does go up to a D10.
Yeah, it's a D10 for.
So you'd be
Bounty
getting
hunter.
7. Yeah. So
7
been
plus
giving
your
him-
con.
7 a level, right? All right. So again, some editing, some leveling, this and that. I've got your sheet open to all players for them to have a peek. Again, guys, don't go in, just change a sheet. Tell him what he needs to change, and then you can double check the mash when you guys can eyeball him if we get it wrong. Because we don't want to have too many cooks in one kitchen. Now, for the video audience, each player has selected a color that I've asked them to detail their mini. So their minis are lit up like on a stand from underneath by a certain color. Rahal is red, Merrick is green, Reiko is yellow, Dr. Left is pale blue. We've switched this season from SDX to an orange to a darker blue because they're attached at the hip. And we've given pale, Drew orange, and we are holding purple for our favorite Jedi for when he comes back. Purple's off the table. By selecting these colors, their dice actually roll on screen as that color and keeps the audience engaged. Look at the minis going, this mini's rolling, this is his dice roll, that kind of thing. Because as you can see in the chat, the blurb goes by really, really quick and it can become a bit of a nightmare. So, next up, we have Mr. Joe Gibson. Are you ready to share and carry your guy?
Sure. I have done nothing. So nice and easy on that.
Done
I
nothing
have
isn't
not-
having
I have not-
leveled your guy?
Yeah, I have not leveled my guy. I have not had time.
Okay, that's fine. I'm very happy to let both of your overpowered 12th level dudes join the party as cameo. Get into it. No rush. You can stay there as long as you want, but 13th level is
surprise, eh?
yeah.
You want
But-
one less level. 'Cause we-
13 is available to the two of you if and when you get around to it.
Yes.
And last but not least, getting back to one of the original cast, Dr. Aska Long-Winded Leth. We call him that because he barely says anything. Let's talk about the new you.
Well, with the sheer amount of times that I've tried and apparently failed to save people this time, I decided to go with an additional level of medic.
So what do we got across the board for you? You are several. I think you actually have the more classes than anybody else on the board here.
Probably. I'm kind of a pick and grab basket. We've got Noble 4, Soldier 2, Scoundrel 3, 1 level of Saboteur, and now that makes 3 levels of medic.
Ooh. Okay. So let's talk about your new hit points.
Sure, that brings my total up to 93.
Oh, so close. Sorry, Rahal. Still bottom of the barrel hit he's having, buddy. You had one chance. Your damage threshold
Is 29.
and our new reflex fortitude willpower.
28, 29, 29.
29. So close to 30, but I'm happy somebody's under 30. Beyond
Beyond
New
that,
skills,
the third level of medic gives me an extra talent.
Ooh.
Where
Okay.
I've chosen kind of a talent that I feel like is specifically aimed actually at you as the GM. It's called Bring Them Back.
Okay. Why is it aimed at me?
it's a
I don't exist.
It's a talent that allows me to, as long as the character has recently passed or gone down, within my level worth of rounds, so as in within class level, so 3 rounds, I can revive them, as opposed to normally you need to be there the round of, which kind
Okay,
of makes revivify
so
almost impossible.
On top of this being a player pro game, and on top of there being no negative hit points when you guys drop to 0, you just drop unconscious. You don't die. And on top of it, you need to actually cross that threshold by someone doing more than your threshold tolerance worth of damage to actually die. And on top of the fact
isn't
that you
as
can-
rare as you kind of are making it sound.
which can be negated by having a force point left over in the kitty.
Certainly. Love it.
If all those,
Not
what do you think of moist
necessarily.
strike? Why do you think a moist strike drain your force points? So there might be some risk and excitement in this game, but okay.
No. You
And on
see,
top of
I'm
that,
I'm not especially worried about any of our party going down. Certainly, that would be rather problematic, and I'm glad I can solve that. The problem is the
He
various
wants to save the
NPCs
NPCs.
that we try to bring along with us that you throw off buildings.
what? I don't throw people off buildings. They jumped.
Sorry,
It's a natural
the building
reaction to
fell
being
from
set
under
aflame.
them, I suppose.
There you
The
go.
building, the building
I don't
threw
know.
them. Yeah,
I-
that's what happened.
I
So many
looked.
children, so many buildings.
You told me about this before, and when I looked at the errata, the actual talent name is called Plot Armor. No, that sounds pretty good. That's cool. No, that is very cool. Always caring for others, at least not in his bedside manner, but at least on his stats. That's very cool. What else? What else you got?
Another level brings me another little boost of income from my scholarships.
Yes, all your accounts are
And-
frozen at the moment, though. We'll get back to that money. You guys gotta get. think I'm
Beyond
kidding.
that, the next level of medic also does boost my base attack bonus.
You guys will find that after several fancy free books, the Empire takes
Ask that-
notice of you, and they hunt you relentlessly. Let's
I
run
was
some
gonna say,
logos.
I thought the twist would be that we find that Ascaleth is one of the major investors for the Sarlacc project.
Well, yeah, he's counting on the stock fluctuating, and then he'll buy low. The more you guys progress and the stock falls, he's buying up more of it, and then
Yep.
betrays you all at the end. And the Sarlacc project is a win. Stock goes up, he'll make his money. I mean, that's Coruscant Market 101, man. Maybe you should invest as a businessman. That crypto coin might not work out for you. But anyway, some credits. You're not going to remember any of that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the We Shot First podcast. We are in episode 2 of season 7, and we are about to begin book 7. And you know what happens at the beginning of every book? That's right. It's time for yet another Star Wars crawl.
Sick.
Now, how I'm going to edit all that together with me in or out, who knows?
Don't
Guys, welcome to see.
Don't forget to unmute.
Yeah, I've unmuted. Well, I just realized it's like, if I don't unmute now, then you guys will hear it, but the podcast will just have this blank air. So I better unmute. Guess I didn't think that one through. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 2, the We Shot First podcast. We are in season 7, and we have just begun book 7. So, and now it is time for me to open the new book and bring us to a new page. You find yourselves at a safe house, Tiro Rescan. Not Teddy Ruxpin.
Nope,
Tiro
that's his name.
Rescan.
Teddy Ruxpin. It's canonized.
Tiro Rescan.
Will you be my friend?
Will you be a loyalist? Join us, join us. Oh. The part of Coruscant that we're used to is the upper crust, and then there's the loyal bowels. But I gotta say, the planet itself is a planet of vast contrasts. The wealthiest of the galaxy's citizen live in the sparkling spires that rise into the atmosphere like titanium needles, while the poorest eke out painful lives in polluted permacrete warrens. In between these two extremes is a dwindling middle class, which is often preyed upon by the denizens of both the heights and the depths of Coruscant. The safe house that Taro, almost said Tutty, currently serves as a refuge for you heroes is within one of these tiny middle-class zones. It is a small domicile unit in a sprawling enclosed apartment block. Security is minimal, consisting of door locks and a roving guard armed with a stun pistol. The Loyalists have made it the best of what they have available, concerning and connecting 3 apartments with concealed doorways. The apartments are used as living areas, barracks, and this is where they're going to put you up for the night, safely away from the eyes of the Empire. Its 3 bedrooms are small, each offering few amenities outside cots with military-grade blankets. The second, center apartment, is where the Loyalists meet to discuss politics, plan action, and learn skills from you and each other that aren't typically taught in school. The 3 bedrooms here have been converted into a workshop area as well, a computer room with a small holonet transceiver, and an infirmary, which Dr. Leth probably would find subpar. The workshop, if it is also an armory of sorts, is stocked with a small number of arms and explosives. If you guys are lacking in equipment, the Loyalists are willing to share, but urge you not to take too much because it has taken them months to build up the stockpile, and you can't exactly rob them blind. They have their mission that seems to be aligned with yours. Unlike the other 2 apartments, the last unit appears to be a sparsely furnished habitation with little or nothing out of place. It's used for meetings with individuals who are not members of the Loyalist cell and for entertaining guests. A Loyalist couple live there as a decoy husband and wife, working their day jobs and acting like good Imperial citizens. And calling up the map here, you guys are kind of eked out in the middle and dropping you guys randomly in the map where you might find yourselves most comfortable. Workshop for Merrick, infirmary for Leth. Standing out in the hallway guarding, said Leth.
So have you heard of this thing called Crito? You put your credit in it and you gain 10 times reserves in like half time. It's like bank, but you make more money.
the Derek Ponzi scheme being played out in real time for us all.
Credit.
No, he's not missing a beat. I have placed Derek alone in a room with our newcomer, Pale Broda. Okay, now Broda is a bounty hunter that Reskin vouches for because back in the day he hunted actual criminals. He's not one of these guys that will take any contract. And when Jedi became on the pile, apparently he has a history and knows better that this hunting of the Jedi is crap. So, unable to take every type, or at least all the bounties that the Imperials are pushing, he's been eking out a meager life and actually hunting down real criminals. And we could say is a Loyalist sympathizer. Also, because of his connections to the Guild, he actually has a way of helping Taro and the Loyalists keep tabs on said empire. So he's a source of information as well as an ally. But so that he doesn't draw too much attention to the Loyalists, he doesn't hang out here. He doesn't live here. He has his own thing, and hence introducing Drew's character, which Derek immediately begins trying to Ponzi scheme.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
It's simple. You put in 100 characters today, and in 10 years, you will get 10,000.
Always. This sounds too good.
Okay. Oh, it is not for everybody, because you have to wait. And that is the thing that many people have problems doing, is waiting for the return of the income. But for those who can wait, profits abound.
I always wait 10 years.
Well, in this iteration, yes. In this iteration of the CCC coin, it's for Corellian's reconstruction. So the more reconstruction that happens, we can shorten this timeline. So the more buildings that fall down, the faster the coin will grow in strength. The less buildings that fall down, well, it's going to take at least 10 years.
This seems
So
more
you're-
complicated than I thought.
It is a little complicated, but that is why you have Derek to handle all these little finite details. All you need to know is in 10 years, I will return what you invest 100 times in 10 years.
Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, Reiku is a man of many talents. Not only wrestling, with forearms can whip up just about any meal for a
Meanest
dozen people in half the time. the meanest omelet ever. Yeah.
I'm so glad you took over cooking duties, man. I've been eating like a king since we've been here. Fry me up some of these rations. Put your little twist on it. I don't know what it is you do, but damn, it's delicious.
You guys have been here for 3 days, got to know some of the Loyalists, and we'll talk about their relationships and names and all that soon enough. I do have a few questions. First of all, Matt, you have an NPC here on Coruscant, the whole Samson and Son joke?
I do, yes, Alphonse.
Well-
But he's balls deep in the bureaucracy trying to get the
Not-
ship released.
Not Alphonse, your guy, the other guy. You reached out to somebody.
My informant dude.
Your Samson Son guy.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. What was it? Do you remember
Oh,
his
God.
name? Did we actually call him Samson?
Probably did call him Samson.
Oh, no.
Knowing us, yes.
All over is. Goddamn. Yeah, that guy.
He's
You
my
still owe me money, fool.
Yep, he's my friend in high-ish low places.
All right, let's put down Samson and Son. Okay. Before we meet a whole bunch of interesting people, you guys are low in gear. Anything that was in your hands, is probably lost, crushed. Anything that was in that bag, you know what I mean? Like you flew out a window, unless you still have a small pistol on your hip or something in a compartment, a lot of our stuff is gone. But as I said, the Loyalists have a bunch of gear. You don't need to wipe them out, but it's good to know that there are 2 medical kits, 10 med packs, and 1 surgery kit
Can
here.
we have gotten some bonus credits for fencing that sick-ass Inquisitor ship?
I would
That's a
say
side
that would
mission
take
right there.
that would take some. No, we got to discuss what you guys have been doing for the last 3 days besides getting to know people. I would say that bureaucracy, like knowing who to sell to without getting caught, and deception are needed by you or aid of the party.
You.
I
Yeah.
am on it. All right, so here's the bureaucracy, 25,
Okay.
and you said deception.
Get them to invest in the
29.
CC coin while you're doing it.
Okay, so you know who you could possibly reach out to, and covering your tracks so that Rahul Oberus isn't all over because you're all over the news. Okay. Also, within 2 days, day and a half, Okay, the Empire, like there any information they have on you guys, every camera, every workshop you ran into, everywhere you get, doesn't matter if you're disguised or not, any image they could capture of you, they start retracing steps. They start everything to do with the tower. There's the construction base, all those people you talk to, any images they may have of you guys, they have put together APBs and likenesses of you. Not enough where it's the perfect likeness rotating from every angle and every hairstyle. No. But if you got face to face and started bullshitting somebody, right? They probably, deception high, whatever, right? But like the Imperials, the ISB, the people that are cleared their desk, priority one, half the Empire are digging the ISB, the other half are looking for the culprits. So it might be time.
We did manage to get that one scientist out, right?
Actually, you got an engineer.
Engineer, yes.
Yeah. And there's another one, even more important one, that apparently has reached out soon, as the crawl implied, is reaching out. That'll be covered soon. Wants to contact you guys because he's hiding somewhere. So, task at hand. With those roles, you know who to contact, an idea, and a way to like cover your tracks. But I need a skill challenge for you to pull off the deal because you'd have to go there in person.
Okay.
Right? So again, more bureaucracy, more deception.
Just, to give us a little bit of grease to get things going.
Sure.
Like myself, I don't know about the rest of these guys. Well, Derek, for sure. He's used to a higher level of like quality of life. Mm-hmm. So it's like slumming it in like a multi-unit apartment building. You know what I'm saying?
You did this to me.
I'm not thrilled. You got to do what you got to do. Got to stay out of jail. But yeah, Rahal is
fine.
Definitely looking to wheel and deal and put himself back in a. Get himself back above the cloud line.
All right, three of each before 5. Not failing more than 2. One will draw suspicion and leave a trail, and you may have to boot it. It might, even if you fail one, it might linger.
Support him.
I can't see how tactics would play into this. Like if you were there, if you're there on site, like shooting people up or running, that draws more attention, right? So what do you got there, bureaucracy
tactics
boy?
Doesn't always apply to a combat scenario.
25 deception. You get out there. Knowledge bureaucracy 24. Do you want to force point that? Do you want to force point that? Muted Matt.
Yes, I do. I'll add 5 to that, bringing it up to
29.
29, yeah.
Okay, deception 25. Okay. You meet with the buyer, right?
Yep.
As luck would have it, it seems a little bit too good to be true, but as your force point luck holds out, they seem interested. Okay, with a little deception, you tell them, or the two you guys work out how this thing. If not, you've already scratched paint, pulled plates, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, we've stripped it down.
Okay,
Merrick.
I will take a tactics roll from Merrick to realize something.
Yeah.
Just
29.
Give us a little bit of scratch to play with.
All right. 29 transponders. You want to gut that dashboard. You don't want to have any tracking, anything that could ping this car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I turned that to a solid silver ingot.
Just go into the computer systems in the car, erase everything, look for an actual hard unit of a track, because these guys they put trackers on their car and other Inquisitor. This is how they keep to be such a tight unit. Spray it down with anti-force, get rid of that force stank. I'm saying, this car has seen so much evil. It pings.
Got some force stank on it for sure.
Got some force begone.
I'm just saying, if you ping, it doesn't show up as an evil being, but anyone gets near this car, they get a bad feeling.
Yeah, what's that?
That's what I'm saying. Car, they get the flashbacks of bad stuff going down.
Yeah.
It's not funk.
So
it's
my next
dang.
bureaucracy was 19. I'll juice it with a force point, bring it up to a 24.
All right.
And for deception, deception.
Okay.
Come on, baby. Be big. Be big. Ooh, it was a natural one.
21.
But it gives me a 21 because I'm that deceptive.
1, 2, 3. Okay. I will say 2 things. First, did we pull up the vehicle? Did you guys find the AR-22 or whatever it is?
The XJ2, yeah.
XJ2, is that what it was? I thought it was on AR something. Can you send me a link? Show us the link. And put this link in the actual game chat so that fans can know and love it for what it really is.
And I'm just basing this off of the image that you used because I think that matches up to it. I will stick that link right in the chat. Boom.
Okay, let's have a look.
The XJ2 airspeeder.
Yep, that's the one. Okay, so looking similar. I'd say the seats are back further than just in the nose of the Mini, but that's I would go with this, yeah. Senator Organa used an XJ2 to investigate what happened at Jedi Temple. Ooh, too soon? Nice. Narglik Airtech creates custom airspeeders for the wealthy and is known for vehicles that were easy to modify and exhibited a classic hot rod aesthetic. Senator Bail Organa, blah, blah. Okay, this sounds right up your alley because that means if this car is easy to mod, it's easier to sell. Right? However, being wealthy, bit of prestige, there's not a lot of them around. Who's who, right? So I said the car might be trademark. So how much is this puppy worth? Where's the cost?
New 45K, used 30.
Okay, so we'll skip the banter, the up and down, okay? 30K, but you risk days later, this becoming a tracking point to get back to you.
Yep.
Or you could use your bounty hunter. I found it. Somebody sold it. Blah, blah, blah. Turns it in, gets a finder's fee.
Well, that would be the intelligent thing to do. So what's the finder's fee?
A percentage.
What's the percentage?
That's depending on what Drew rolls, but first you need to agree.
Yeah, no, I for sure would take the route that keeps our identities as far away from it as possible.
All right.
But
For your first roll.
I'm going to fill some coins.
Yeah, they pay him in CC coin crypto. So he comes back saying, I got this great founder's fee, and I took the payment in CC coins. And you guys are like, no.
$500,000.
That would be awesome.
Crypto credits.
Your own character thwarts you and the GM wins. I like this. Poor Drew is muted. He has been shaking his head. No. Drew, are you cool with being the patsy? Get the party back some money?
Hey, patsy's a really kind of derogatory term. Facilitate.
We call them investors.
Laundering the money, car/sale, so it's kind of legit,
It sounds right up my alley, really.
Base.
I prefer the term intermediary.
As an intermediary, as a bounty hunter, it's very unlikely that, you would hunt their bounty. There's bounties on these guys, which I will remind you, the current rate for these dudes. Good thing you have no love for the Empire. Hey man, even Frank, every time you guys pissed him off, went to his room and just start deciding how much a Jedi Padawan was worth.
Our bounty list.
Yeah, and he's like, as a Padawan, but if
5K more, and I'm going to turn you in, you prick.
That's right. He was like, how much for a Padawan versus how much would you get for a Jedi Knight versus how much would you get for a Jedi Master? And he left the party before he was even a knight. So, love O'Keefe, Captain O'Keefe.
Oh, man. Help raise him up to a knight just to get more money. It's cold. Anyway,
currently, though, I will say that Dr. Leth, Dr. Leth, your patient, Poser, is in rough shape. He's complaining of headaches. He keeps having force visions that make no sense. Too much has happened. Can I have, if you're diagnosing a patient beyond first aid, like
PTSD and right out.
well, he did fall down a hole and should have died if not for a patron point. And then a building collapsed on him. And these are 2 falls that both first Master Dina and then Master Thorla and Dina warned him about. If you stay on this path, you could fall more ways than one. You might fall 3 times. And all this, and it would really, not helping, right? Really freaks him out. And then, anyway, bed rest, home base, best place for Aiden. I mean, Poser right now until we see how this pans out. Yes, because having a Jedi in the field pinging away when we have what's left of the Inquisitors and everything, like hunting us viciously, it's like, nope, you do here, not think Force thoughts. I want you to do macrame, like, you know what I mean? Like having him off the proverbial matrix of Force users, probably your best idea. So,
Chemically
Dr.
induced
Leth.
coma.
Yes, Dr. Leth. Medical roles, first aid, medicine, what have you got? The sciences.
Life sciences?
Yeah, life sciences, and let's talk about the psyche here.
Perhaps social sciences or life sciences, depending on perspective.
Okay, give me a couple of those.
Life sciences of 20.
Okay.
And I will use my flash of insight for the social sciences because I'm not actually.
Okay.
And this is also, it is untrained. 34.
All right, your prognosis, sir. We can heal his wounds, but each adventure seems to be taking more and more of a toll as he becomes a knight and more responsibilities of becoming a knight under Dina and the whole order being toasted and spread out. Like, the kid's carrying a lot of weight. He's still pretty young. Now, Jedi start young and are bred for this from the ground up, but as a 20-something dude now, or 19, or did he pretend? I think he was dressed as a teenager, but he actually wasn't. I think he revealed that he was actually in his 20s, though he was trying to pull off like the disgruntled teen look, right? Being Poser, his alternate ego.
He's still younger than Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Social sciences, he's been through the ringer. He spotted what he claims he saw, the Ostidius, the actual cruiser that a certain, former Inquisitor is on. Now, you guys left that dude, as far as you know, buried on Alll, like buried a couple planets ago. But the fact that, it's full of a crew, of course it comes home, right? But he's so revved up about could the Inquisitor have survived? And now we fought another one. How did the Inquisitors know I would be here? Like, a lot of this in on himself kind of folding. So a little bed rest, some time to process all the big story arcs that come with playing a Jedi in this story is our best bet for him. So placing his mini squarely in the infirmary. Now, you guys know, everyone, even a fan can tell me, he will protest. I am fine. I will go with you. I need to protect you. So the real question is, are you willing to sedate him?
Oh, hell yeah.
Dr. Lev? It's tricky because when you sedate a Jedi, like they're resistant to drugs, they can force trance or whatever. Like, you did take samples of that drug that put Dina down in a coma. We could literally put him down for a little while.
I feel like, for the most part, I think he would mostly just need someone to talk to. And
Okay.
I do believe that there are, like you mentioned, there are a couple that live here as well that are kind of like a cover.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps having him spend more time with a family unit would be more helpful rather than just forcibly sedating him.
Well, they live out front. Like, if someone surprise came through the door, oh my God, a Syrian. Oh my God, I get that. There's a lot of loyalists here. Like, there's a lot of people for him to interact with.
Yeah.
Of all stripes of life.
Either way,
so
find
Drug 'em, Leth.
people that aren't
Drug 'em.
planning on
No. I
Fine.
like where this is going. You want him to like make connections, be sociable. What are we fighting for? Get to know the people around you, like R&R, but on a social level. Yeah.
That, and from what I know of the Jedi Order, they have a history of kidnapping children and forcing them into education camps, essentially. They don't
What?
generally
What?
have the chance to interact with others.
Totally not a cult.
No. I'm sorry. No one watched The Acolyte. That's unfounded. That's exactly what happens in The Acolyte. Sorry, Matt. They took your idea.
It's cool.
Okay.
You know what? I still think I could do it better.
Yeah. Well, lots of Star Wars stories we can tell. And as much as you and I actually seriously pondered something like that because of the show The Acolyte, it just gives us an opportunity to explore one of the other many ideas we have. Anyway, that would be hinting at a brand new Star Wars show, and I'm not ready to do that just yet. Even though our anniversary is coming up this April. Anyway, where was I? Right.
Point being, I would like to allow him to just be a teenager again for a little while.
Okay.
Oh, deprogramming. I get it. I like it.
So, anything specific?
Find a volunteer of the particular loyalists that are known to stay in the building and just have their own lives, and see if they'd be willing to look after him while he's here.
All right.
I'll sedate him if he's immediately, like, in the short term trying to immediately get up and go away, but, like, I'd prefer to not have to do that.
Oh, yeah. No, he probably won't take kindly to that. Like I said, the GM is just going to whatever extreme I could possibly push on you. It may not be the best option, especially for repercussions. What is your persuasion skill, sir? I have a willpower of 27. My name is Poser. Can you beat my willpower match of 27 to convince me to stay home like a good puppy? Or he'll just go, yep, uh-huh, and, join the party or turn around, be gone next time you're here because he wants to join a boy band and, the Screaming Rancors. Anyway, your persuasion or get Rahal involved in this?
I'd like to get Rahal involved, but I will assist.
Okay.
Listen, kid. Right now is the time we gotta lay low. Probably best that you don't reach out with your feelings or whatever. Keep it low key. Keep it simple. Pick up a hobby. I've heard them death sticks are pretty good in this neck of the woods.
Let's avoid the death sticks. I believe you've got a hobby that you haven't really had a chance to interact with too much. since
Persuasion of
the
28.
traveling.
Okay. That's with the +2?
Oh no, that would be 30 with a +2.
Okay. With my will of 27, he's willing to sit down and hear you out. He does not object specifically, but just as always said, one roll diplomacy, the king does not give his crown. So let's make this a bit of a skill challenge. Okay. So as you guys rolling through this, you've switched from one topic to the other. Now you're talking about what he could do in his time that would be beneficial. So give me that second roll.
27 with the aid.
Okay. Marginal, but force point.
Yeah, why not? We got all these fresh ones.
Yeah.
Bring it
many I
up to
can get
30.
out the first
3,
four
bringing it up to 30.
All right, there you go. I hear you. Okay.
And
One more
listen,
for the
kid,
win.
like, you've really been through the ringer. I mean, how many structures does you have to have collapsed on top of your head before you're like, hey, you need to take a break?
Even though the show's been down and patron points have been stacking up, I can't call on them for your benefit every time to save your butt.
And 29, as long as
Okay.
Dr. Leth
All right. He agrees to stay.
just keep things low key.
Okay. He agrees to stay. So challenge succeeded, and every day I would like you to check in with Poser and give me one roll just to like make sure he's behaving himself. Keep him. I'm just saying, like don't neglect the puppy.
I swear, I won't kill anybody for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah,
I will be good. You don't need to worry about me. I'm trying to keep a low profile too.
Come home, give me full report. This type of thing.
That's
Meanwhile,
fair. You know what? That's fair. I'll check in with you once a day just to make sure everything's kosher.
Okay. He wants to monitor the HoloNet. He wants to be useful.
Absolutely not. Play your guitar.
I was gonna say, Dr. Left, this is not a good idea because you'll be tensed up about, it's like jumping on everything Trump every day.
We're trying to get you to decompress here, kid. Trust me. You've been walking that line. You think that I need somebody looking over my shoulder. I have a pretty rigid level of morality. It may be a bit more flexible than yours, but I ain't gonna go that far. But I've seen it happen before, kid. The straight and narrow is the first one to take that wicked U-turn. You know what I'm saying, kid? I'm worried about you.
Give me tomorrow's roll. That was pretty good. You too, Leth. Hey, no, they're just nodding viciously. Actually, start filling.
There we go. That was a decent roll.
Leth is just filling the syringe in the background for the just in case, but
with a bit of aid another to push it up to a 40.
He agrees to stay put for now. So let's not overdo it. Put him in a coma yourselves.
I still think that's a good idea, Leth. Hey,
not looking.
I'm aware that you think it's a good idea. Shall
this
we
whole
go?
thing was a distraction, yeah. All right. So, getting back to the list I popped up, is there anything on the list that you guys feel that you need to take right away because you're short?
My
Blaster,
goal in selling that speeder was so that we don't have to touch their resources. So
this is the problem. Like with the manhunt for you, like there's going to be seriously some big DC boosts and penalties on you even using your regular skills every time you pop your head up going, I need to buy guns.
I just need a vibro saw. You can pick it up at any hardware store. Dr. Leth can do the tinker to it to make it so it fits in my hand properly, and
okay.
So I'm pretty
the challenge
easy
will
to please.
Indeed be the tinker, and that I would likely end up needing the actual materials to do all of my upgrading and changing.
No, it says they got a makeshift workshop, which means like I think they're trying to give you guys like not everything you need for major mods, but because they've got a little kind of a workshop and some tools and some stuff that the party doesn't feel like they've got nothing because they've cut you off from your supply chain. You're stuck on the planet. We're waiting to hear, all of that.
Oh yeah.
So
I just meant like for the sake of fairness, there is financial things associated with, like, for example, miniaturization or applying basic
well, I can say this:
modifications with
the miniaturization is not essential anymore because I now have the exotic weapon proficiency to actually wield a regular old ordinary version of it. So we don't need to miniaturize it.
Serial killer on the loose. Coruscant news at 5. The striped man.
Every handyman on Coruscant is a suspect.
Yeah,
literally a
Coruscant chain massacre.
This is what I'm saying, man. This CCM News at 11. This is CCM. I'm Doc Brockman, and this is CCM. It's a trap.
I'd like to take if so. I had a heavy blaster pistol in my center cavity compartment.
Yep.
And I would have had a heavy blaster rifle. But if we lost the weapons we were using in that, then I won't have a rifle. So I'll pick up the blaster carbine out of the armory.
Okay, so thank you. Missile launcher magazine. There's some dope shit in here, Merrick. If you have, again, they don't want you emptying it, but if you feel you really need something, blaster carbine. I do not see that. Packs, rods, sporting blaster. I do not see blaster carbine. Where is that? Oh, at the top, 2 blaster carbines. Okay.
I'll take, how many med packs were on the list? Sorry, the list is not popped up for me right now.
10.
10? So give me 3 of them.
Okay.
Carry an additional 2, and I would like the blaster pistol out of the storage, so we don't need it. I don't need to take any of those.
Okay. Holdout blasters, anyone? Those are always handy and fun.
You know what? I will. It's probably a good idea. At least to have one.
Yeah. Okay. Just rewriting the list. I'll see if you guys can add. Like, I've got a list on my sheet here, so. Sport energy cells. You know, ammo is always good. Power packs. Could probably get into this. Now that I've shown the players that, we should be able to let you guys peek, and then through the week go, oh, I looked at this and I took this and I put on my kit, Jeff, and make the, you know what I mean? So I'm not burning airtime specifically shopping. Okay? But just so the audience knows, 2 blaster carbines, 4 blaster pistols, 2 holdout blasters, 3 sporting blaster, 1 blaster rifle with a standard targeting scope, very handy, 4 energy cells, 24 power packs, 12 frag grenades, 6 ion grenades, 6 stun grenades, 1 missile launcher, 1 missile launcher magazine, 4 thermal detonators, 3 explosive charges, 2 Kea detonite, and 20 timers in a pear tree, 6 blaster helmets and vests, 2 combat jumpsuits, 2 medical kits, 10 med packs, 1 surgery kit, 6 rolls of mesh tape, 1 power recharger, 1 security kit, 2 tool kits, 5 utility
I'll take
belts.
the security kit and a tool kit.
Okay.
Just to re-up what I normally have for skill stuff.
Okay.
And if
Should be one
Dr.
literally
Left doesn't
inside.
take the computer, I wouldn't mind a portable computer. Either of us could have it. figured-
Actually, yeah. Does that imply that the computer that I have on my person is broken?
Did you take damage during the fall? Not everybody did.
Minimal. I was at 83 out of 88 hit points.
No, you're fine. It's fine. It's banged up and scratched and shit, but it works, so who cares, right? If you guys had taken half your hit points, then a lot of your gear might get damaged, that kind of thing, like Inset Fall. Hollow recorder. That could be cool. Field kits. Liquid cable dispensers. We give them all to Poser. Breath masks. Now, these people, you guys have become a bit of a legend. You're strangers. So Tara Reskin tells these loyalists who you are, what you've done. Hasn't betrayed our patron. No one says, be Organa around here. And Pale, the new guy, doesn't even know about Organa. But you guys, you mixed from people just a little bit starstruck to a little bit of, hero worship, to wanting to hear your tales, to wanting to hear your exploits. They want to be inspired that this new movement is going to stick, that there's people like you sticking it to the Empire to make them help sleep at night. You know what I mean? These people don't hang off you like celebrities.
So out of curiosity, the data that I got up on the Sarlacc project, I'm still just sitting on it waiting to get it up to the Resurgence, essentially, right?
Yeah, you and Taro are talking about that kind of thing.
Okay.
Right? And because we're so close to the end of episode 1, we'll get into some relationships. These people, the people you talk to, cooking, working in the workshop, showing you around, getting to know, the loyalists, actual bonding with some of these people that are fighting the good fight. And not only do you guys have an effect on them, the fact that there's not only somebody, but a group of people, and not just a group of people anywhere, they're here at Empire Central, underground. You're like, how dangerous is this? That these guys are, they're not a rebellion. We're not talking about that doesn't exist yet. These guys are loyalists, loyal to the old system, to the Senate, and this whole empire coming out of, Palpatine and the Chancellor, left field. And there are powerful combat individuals like Pale, that aren't feeling it and have just been going in alone, and they're taking a chance, getting to know you guys. Enroll these 6 super people. Dun, dun, dun. We've been to this planet. We squashed them. Went to that planet. We killed an Inquisitor. We just dropped an Inquisitor tower across town. Yeah, it was us. Well, they did it, but, we offed one Inquisitor and two, like untouchable people, and you guys are roll around like freaking rock stars. So there's some, we're not worthy going on. You know what I'm saying?
Rahala's used to this.
Oh yeah, every other day. That's how you met like wife 3 and wife 7, right? You're so great.
Even though the delusions of grandeur are just occurring in his own mind, that's how he thinks everybody talks to him.
On this episode of How I Met Your Other Mother,
Day 2, still getting to know these people. You and Taro get that information off to.
Oh, we get it out.
research.
Yes, good. Yes,
Get it going. Okay. Now, whether you actually get them the information or make contact with them and say we have it and deal them a blow because just that we have it, we copy it, we put it in that mailbox, like, you know what I mean? Just so I don't read somewhere in like the next book going, they finally get that out to the, or
Yeah, that's fair.
somebody took right. So cover my ass. Okay, it's known that you have the data and we've secured it, right?
Yep.
Whether it's in the good guys' hands, well, it's in our hands. We're the good guys. Okay.
Yep.
Well, they're doing.
Yeah, and I'm
that.
not leaving this planet until I can get my ship. Sorry, I've got standards.
Oh yeah.
Can I search the internet or search the interweb for how much and or which covers have been blown?
Yeah.
As in, like, which of our identities do they happen to know?
Oh yeah. No, they you want to like hack the ISB? Like they have general stuff out going. If you see any of these people,
yeah,
there's a bunch
getting,
because your people look so similar. Because your people, your race of people look so similar, white hair, white eyes. There's a whole bunch of people getting grabbed around town.
The thing is that Reth Askew is actually like very close to human because I have like contact lenses and extra gloves and.
Well, we got. You guys are virtually an unknown element. Somebody did something we don't know who. Right? It's actually fortunate that your ship was stolen. That the Archelon got stolen because tracking a ship full of ne'er-do-wells is easy, right? So enter season 4, your ship gets stolen, exit season 4, right? The Austidius gets away. And you guys pick up a different ship. The Austidius sees a pirate ship that they were in contact with. They knew who the pirates were, leave. And you didn't, and they can't contact the pirates, so they know that you guys took that ship. So now they're looking for the pirate ship under any alias. And the Archelon. One goes off into Project Aiden World for another show, and one they've been, like as the days turn into weeks, like the more damage you guys do, adventure to venture, the more resources the Empire brings into this. We need to find these people. We need to look at every angle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
the whole
right. So
Andor ISB, like like. It was kind of cool how they showed the hierarchy within the Imperial and the fighting and stuff. Yeah, it's very neat.
So we're at a point now that you're on Coruscant and a disaster has happened, they call a meeting. The ISB gets together going, and there's that argument. Do we even know that terrorists are here? I'm telling you, there's a trail, and the Austidius came back here, and what better to do? And they've been and then there's the ISB that don't know about the Sarlacc project. There's the ISB that do know, and the Inquisitors. They clear the room, and then only the people in the know, couple ISB guys and the Inquisitors go, there is a direct link to everything to do with the Sarlacc project and these attacks. This planet, the freedom in Book 5, freeing those people, the slave labor that we lost, the betting and the guy that we lost on Bespin, like they're connecting the dots rapidly, full reports, what do you got, blah, blah, blah. And they've done that as rapidly as they can, days, weeks, whatever it took. And now they want answers. We're putting these people on this. We're looking for this. A tower drops 2 days later. They're looking into everything and everyone, every manifest, blah, blah, blah. What do they have? They do have some camera footage and some witnesses, the construction site people. You guys rolled in, bluffed your way in, got on that elevator, the place comes down. Those people got out, survived. They round all those people up. They question them. They start giving descriptions as best they can. Maybe they're giving descriptions of less human guy. Maybe they're giving descriptions of a great big guy in a striped suit we'll never see in book 6, 7, 8, type of thing. But they're looking for people that generally match your description, and they're not idiots. They're not looking for the exact thing. They know you've disappeared underground. They're looking for, they go into the lower layers, the upper layers. They look for people that are trying to switch their ID tomorrow, right? They have tabs on people that can actually make that happen. So this is what I'm saying, like your bureaucracy, you can easily change things and do all these things, Matt, but now you literally got to be careful because they're looking to ping that kind of transaction, selling of that speeder, changing ID. ShamWow saw, I don't think they're onto that. I think hardware stores are still safe for you, but just saying, like, the amount of focus that turns during this book starting right now is huge. Like the scroll said, they are hunting culprits with great prejudice. There's your hint. Those words floated into space. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
I mean, it's really been a matter of time until they really, we've kind of skirted along the bottom side of their radar so far, and we've been pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Dickish about it. So
you'd think that dropping a building in the middle of town would get a little bit of attention and heat on it.
We didn't do that. Just for the record, we did not drop that building.
The impound yard.
That's not what they say.
The impound yards, all the impound yards that are holding suspect ships are now being, shall we say, they were guarded. Now there's probably some extra security guards and force and stormtroopers that are personally been put in these yards to protect.
Absolutely.
I'm
pushing for Alphonse to make this a intergalactic issue. But
so there's more terrorists to make her ship.
I want it to be like a political thing. Like, you guys are holding this the major exporter of this mineral from Bandamere. If you really piss these people off, they're going to stop shipping the major fuel source that you use for your ionic.
And during the day in court, he does well. And the Inquisitors track him home and kidnap his ass and interrogate him. And if they break him, he has some very interesting intel on all you guys personally. Like,
Alphonse is unbreakable.
Oh yeah, he's like Alfred.
That's true.
He's like Batman's Alfred. He's better than all of us combined.
They watch it. You know, actually picked up an actual
real
image.
Hero.
I picked up an actual image of the Lara Croft butler and posted it as his mini and on him.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, the more you guys try to get done, that actually leaves loose ends for them to pluck, you know, and turn. So you got to be very, very careful. Anyway, that being said, a couple of days you guys have got to know your hosts, and finally a message comes from Admiral Varth. And as the holo projector in that main room I mentioned springs to life and the recorded message is encoded and sent to you guys and bounced around, like a direct communique to here would be death. This is a previously recorded, you know, bounced around, picked up, drop, dead drop, all that kind of thing where, you know, these guys are pros. At least Taro is. Excellent work. You've done quite a job exposing the Sarlacc project, and you've exceeded my expectations. By now, the Inquisitors are running around like a swarm of angry Dantari fire ants. Maybe you've never been to Dantari, but it's a thing. You've made quite an impression on them, and I doubt they'll underestimate you again. I know that I won't. As much as we'd like to see you off planet and out of danger, I mean, we could easily send that Y-1300, the Horizon something, and pick you up pretty easily, but the module still thinks there's need for you to remain on Coruscant for a short while. I mean, I think that you need to a short while longer because Pavel Trenol, who has been forced to work as a designer for the Sarlacc project, has contacted us through certain channels seeking asylum. Prior to being pressed into duty by the Empire, Trenol was a weapons technician for Incom. In exchange for help, he's promised to tell us everything that he knows about the offensive capabilities of the Sarlacc project. It's only a matter of time before the Empire realizes that Trenol's body is not among the dead, and they'll go looking for him. You should leave immediately and rendezvous with him. I'm providing a current holographic representation of Trenol with this transmission, and boom, a little second image of, the alien head guy, and he just starts spinning around. He's currently staying in a flop house in one of Coruscant's sublevels, an area known as Nar's Roost. It's a bad part of town, so stay on your toes. On the plus side, Imperial security tends to avoid the place, and they're none too popular in that region as well. Good luck. I will await your signal when you return, and then we'll see about getting you back to the Resurgence for some much reserved downtime when Book 6 is done with you. And it goes out. So, with a brand new mission, a VIP to collect, and going back down in sub-levels. Yay, not like we've been down there. I think Leth has started some kind of arms dealing war. Somebody said that those weapons that they sold off a couple to Leth and those guys were supposed to go to somebody else, and the shooting started, and who knows what kind of mess you're walking into. We will see you all next time.
I keep the force to myself. Up because the Emperor ruined it for everyone else. We gotta find a place to hide. Guess we're going underground now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the Emperor say, order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. Gotta make it out to thee. Gonna reason with the senators, try to make it better now. But somewhere out there's gotta be free. I guess we'll head to Alderaan now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the Emperor say, order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. We should fight a war for peace. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Resurrect the Jedi, bring the Emperor down to his knees. The Sith mean nothing to me. I should strike them all down now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. There'll be no acquittal for the Sith who killed the little Padawan. He is my enemy.
Is he coming? 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 Is he coming back?
Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks, and I'm gonna keep on going till the galaxy is fixed now. Cause the force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the Emperor say, order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. Cause the force is strong and I feel it still.